What if I told you that your pillow is quietly conspiring with gravity to age your face faster than any other poor life decisions? Welcome to the future, where apparently even our bedding has a skincare opinion. This viral anti-aging pillow promises to prevent sleep wrinkles that allegedly even the most expensive fillers can't fix. Is it revolutionary skincare or just a really bougie foam taco? I tested it for 30 nights, and I have thoughts. We'll discuss all of them, but also stick around for 3 alternatives that might work even better, and 2 of them cost literally nothing. When I started seeing the Sleep&Glow pillow from Omnia all over my feed with claims that it could prevent aging while I sleep, my eyebrow of skepticism immediately raised. Yes, I had noticed pillow marks and puffiness on my face in the mornings, who hasn't? But do I really need a $239 foam artifact to fix it? Or is this just another product preying on invented insecurities? But with so many influencers raving about it online, I thought, well, what if there is something to it? After all, these lines are slowly becoming more pronounced. So I asked Omnia if they would give me a Sleep&Glow to test, and they did. But this video is not sponsored. This is an unfiltered review. I gave the pillow a fair 30-night trial so that you don't have to. Is it a miracle? Is it a gimmick? Or just another anti-aging prop in the skincare industrial complex? Let's find out. First, let's talk price. At the time of filming, the suggested retail value is $239 for a pillow. I think that's like half of what I paid for my entire mattress. So while I walk you through my experience, keep asking yourself, would you want to spend $239 on this or on some really fancy skincare or a really great facial? And feel free to drop a money emoji in the comments if, like me, you have ever been tempted to spend a lot of money on high-end beauty tools. Here's what Omnia's pillow claims. When you sleep on a normal pillow, your face gets smushed for 6 to 8 hours a night, causing what are known as sleep wrinkles. Apparently these are different than pillow marks because pillow marks are just temporary indentations from the fabric on the pillow, and they happen on a different spot in a different position in your face on any given night. Sleep wrinkles, on the other hand, are more like our expression lines, which are folds in the skin that happen repeatedly in the same place, and over time, they create deeper lines and wrinkles. And if we sleep with our faces smushed all night, these lines allegedly become permanent over time. Unlike normal pillows, the Sleep&Glow has a sculpted shape that's designed to suspend your face. So only your chin and your forehead touch the pillow when you're sleeping on your side, leaving your cheek and your eye area floating, untouched by the pillow. The pillow arrived in a much smaller box than I was expecting, which meant that once I removed it from the package, it did take a whole day to expand to its full size. Luckily, there was no nasty haunted pool noodle smell, which I have experienced from other foam pillows in the past. The Sleep&Glow comes with 1 tensile pillowcase and a height adjuster so that you can customize it for your own physiology, and the foam is pretty firm. Coming from my old pillow, a soft, moldable, organic silken wool squish cloud, it was a little bit like trading a beanbag chair for one of those ergonomic kneeling stools. I'm sure it's much better for posture, but it's not as cuddly. That being said, it was still comfortable, and the first time I lay down on it, I did notice that my face felt nicely suspended and not mushed into a pillow pancake face. But here's something I didn't notice until night 3, that the support bumps on each long edge of the pillow are different sizes. The smaller ones are meant for your chin and the larger ones are meant for your forehead. But the difference is incredibly subtle. You can't really see it. I had to actually get a tape measure out and measure them just to be sure. But that small difference had a huge impact on how well I slept once I figured it out. During week number 1, I am not gonna lie, those first few nights were pretty rough. I kept waking up just because it felt so different. But also, I kept putting the pillow upside down with those support bumps in the wrong position, which really didn't help matters. By week 2, I had figured out the correct orientation and realized that I did not need the height adjuster, and that's when things improved dramatically. I started sleeping much more soundly, and I noticed that when I woke up, my face was less puffy, and some of my wrinkles, especially these here, were less pronounced. It was week 3 when I had a very interesting realization, and this is where I think a lot of videos don't necessarily tell tell the whole story, and that's that I was only waking up with my face in the correct cradled position about half of the time. The other half, my face was pretty much smushed into the pillow, almost like it had been with my old one, just because I move around so much when I sleep. By week 4, I was completely comfortable sleeping on the pillow, but still noticed that I only really got the full benefits about 50% of the time. On the mornings where I woke up with my face properly cradled in my little face hammock, then I noticed less puffiness and sleep wrinkles. But on the mornings where I woke up with my face mushed into it, I did have some morning face. Drop a tiny dancer emoji in the comments if you too also perform interpretive dance while unconscious. After the 30 nights of Sleep&Glow, I actually went back to my old pillow for a few nights just to compare, since now I knew exactly what to be looking for. And you know what? Even on the nights where I wasn't perfectly positioned on the Sleep&Glow, that pillow put less pressure on my face than my old pillow ever did. And that really surprised me because the Sleep&Glow is so much firmer than my old pillow. It also turns out that the Sleep&Glow pillow is now more comfortable for me than my old favorite. Of course, pillow size and firmness are deeply personal preferences, so I can only speak for myself here. But I was honestly very surprised at that too, just because I was so used to and happy with my old soft pillow. So, is it worth $239? If you are a peaceful side sleeper who barely moves, this actually might be a fantastic long-term investment in your skin. But if you are a chaotic side sleeper like me, then you're only going to see the full benefits about half the time. And at this price point, I think that's going to be a hard sell for a lot of people. Would I buy the Sleep&Glow with my own money? If I had a bigger budget for fun purchases, yes. But in my current reality, no. For comparison, I also sleep with a $250 orthopedic wedge pillow for my shoulders. That one drastically improved my sleep quality and pain. So I would purchase that one again in a heartbeat because it was life-changing. The Sleep&Glow, on the other hand, feels more like luxury than necessity. So here's where I landed. Omnia's pillow does what it claims if you stay in position. And I think that's the point that a lot of influencers don't think to mention. But if you are a sleep dancer like me, I do still think there's a chance that you'll get at least some of the benefits, even if you do end up face planting into it at the wrong angle like I often do. So even though I wouldn't choose to repurchase it with my own money at this juncture of my life, I am going to keep using it because I do enjoy it. Editing Stephanie here. I asked Sleep&Glow if they would be willing to send me a discount code just in case anyone was interested, and they said yes. So use the code StumbleInStyle for $15, pounds or euros off of any pillows and blankets and 10% off of all other items. Also, make sure to always check the pinned comments because I update those regularly with the best sales. Now, back to your regularly scheduled foam taco. Now, as promised, here are 3 things that can help your skin while you sleep without the $239 price tag. The first one is silk pillowcases. Whether you have a fancy sleep taco like this or a pillow for normal mortals, silk pillowcases can reduce friction and help to maintain moisture in the skin. I think mine cost about $40 and it works like a charm. But if that's too expensive, there are also satin options that are more affordable. I'll link a couple of options at different price points in the show notes. And yes, Omnia actually makes a silk pillowcase specifically designed for their Sleep&Glow pillow. The good news, it fits perfectly and doesn't have any extra fabric to bunch up, which can be important if you're wearing rich night creams that can cling to fabric. The not so good news? It's pricey. So I skipped out on the official one and am just using my old silk pillowcase from my old pillow, even though there's a bunch of extra fabric that kind of flaps around like a little satin cape. It's like a superhero pillow. It's not ideal, but it does the job and it saves me some cash. Thing number 2 that can help your skin while you sleep is lymphatic massage. 2 minutes before bed, 2 minutes in the morning. It's free, it's easy, it's effective, feels fancy. Highly recommend. Thing number 3 is sleeping on your back. It's the holy grail of overnight wrinkle prevention. Hard to learn, but costs nothing. Unless, of course, you want to buy a training pillow, which Omnia also conveniently makes. Surprise, surprise. But I haven't tried that one. And bonus tip number 4, if you are the type of person who watches all the way to the bonus tip in a beauty pillow review, you might belong in Club Adagio. That's my cozy little channel membership and Patreon where we talk beauty in a more personal way, and it's a fun way to support the channel. Sometimes it's behind the scenes weirdness, other times it's just me in pajamas rambling about how blush is a metaphor for emotional stability. If that sounds like fun, I'll leave some links in the show notes. Come on in, join my Adagio angels. The pillow fort is waiting for you. But now it's your turn. I would like to know, would you want to spend $239 on a pillow like this? Or would you prefer to spend that on something else, like maybe fancy skincare or a skincare device? What do you think would be the most effective use of your money? But remember, even the most expensive skincare products can't replace consistency in our skincare routines or daily healthy habits. Sometimes the best solutions really are the simplest and the cheapest ones. If you found this review helpful, then please like, comment, and subscribe for more unfiltered reviews like this one right here. I hope you have a great week, and we can all remember that even stumbling can be a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.